Hello boys and girls, welcome to another episode of Wheelsboutique. I am your host, David Nussbaum, and as you can see behind me, we have a pretty cool video. Everybody knows I'm a Porsche fanatic. So I think that's an 89. Yeah, I'm getting myself confused. 930 Cabriolet. Cars we've done in the past for clients, both cars we just bought because we're crazy. So getting three 911 Turbo S's of the 992 generation together for one film means a lot to me. I kind of nerd out on all of this stuff, so I'm happy to be bringing these three cars to you for your viewing pleasure. This video is really supposed to be about the exterior choices of these three different customers and the three different body kits that we've put on these cars. So none of these are stock. All of them have the exterior components that you see. All of them have exhaust systems, all of them have wheels on it, and I'll get into a little bit more detail about each very shortly here. So this is gonna be an entire long video, I'm sure. I don't have a script for it, so I do apologize ahead of time for any mistakes or for the video being too long. But without further ado, let me get started with something that we've already had on our channel numerous times, but I wanted it here so you guys can see the differences between these three kits as I mentioned. This we consider the OG. It's the very first 992 Turbo S that we had done a body kit to. It of course has the TechArt body kit, so it's a brand new front bumper, side skirts, rear diffuser, the whole 9 yards. But again, this has been on our channel many times before, so if you look through our catalog of videos, make sure you check for TechArt 992 Turbo S, Wheelsboutique, and this one should pop right up. So we'll get back to this one, but this one to my right is one that we have not featured on our channel before. I don't believe we have, at least not in this interpretation of the car. So this one here does not have the TechArt body kit. This one here has the 1016 Industries body kit. The Porsche brand from 1016 Industries, which does a lot of carbon fiber for many different manufacturers, the Porsche brand is called 9 Design. So it's under the 1016 umbrella. So this is a 9 Design kit since it's for the Porsche 992 Turbo S. This car, this Cabriolet, actually used to belong to us, and we sold it to the current owner. His name is Mario, and Mario was gracious enough to allow us to pick up the car with a flatbed from North Miami and bring it down to Pinecrest where we are today. So this car has the 9 Design front spoiler, side skirt, side air intake, and rear diffuser, and it also has the hood as well. I'll get into a little bit more detail shortly. There's a wing that's coming for this car. It hasn't arrived just yet, but I'm sure that Marvin could plug in some of those photos. This one can allow a wing because it doesn't have the Sport Design Package wing from Porsche. It has a, what they call the base wing essentially, which looks like a ducktail, and it doesn't have any of the bodywork coming up, which would allow this top blade to retract and not clip the base. These two cars on my left and my right have the Sport Design wing, so the wing goes like that. You cannot retract this with a carbon fiber blade from TechArt or 9 Design or Brabus without it clipping it. So this wing is coming very shortly, and I'm sure I'll have Marvin plug in the photos. But to talk a little bit more detail about the 1016, you'll see right off the bat, this front spoiler actually goes below this rubber flap that says 911 Turbo S, and it might not be rubber. Yeah, no, it's actually rubber. So when you put these cars into sport mode or sport plus mode or even individual mode, this rubber piece actually comes down and it makes it more aerodynamic. It shows you the 911 Turbo S nameplate. When you're not in those modes, maybe in a normal mode, that will retract back up. So what Peter, the owner of 1016 and 9 Design, did was he incorporated that into the front spoiler, and you'll see it on the Brabus to my right in a little bit. But this one, when it's deployed, you can actually still see this flap. You could see it on the TechArt. It's underneath that entire front bumper. Again, brand new front bumper from TechArt, but this one just has that front spoiler. And then one of the most beautiful pieces that they have for this car is this hood. So it's a carbon fiber hood. It has the vents right here. which make it look like the 992 GT3 hood. We went ahead and we painted the entire carbon fiber hood into the Guards Red, which is the color that we had on this car. But you could do a variation of different things. You could have exposed carbon fiber, or you can kind of follow the line of the hood right down the middle and either leave the middle in exposed carbon fiber and have the body color of the car flanking either side, or you invert that. It's completely up to you. It's your choice. All of these pieces come prepped for paint, or you could do the gloss clear coat like this 992 Turbo S Cabriolet has. Moving down the side, you have the side skirt, and it has two upward elements, both on the front and on the rear, which is different from the TechArt and the Brabus that I will show you as well. Those just have it in the rear portion. So this is another design element that Peter chose to do. I think it's actually very cool. It makes it very unique. Whenever somebody sends me a photo of a 9 Design equipped car, I know immediately what it is because I see the side skirt, and that's the dead giveaway for that. Moving to the side air intake, this has the 9 Design logo right in the middle. This reminds me a lot of the 997 Turbo eras that had that little slit here from factory. So very, very cool to have that incorporated into that setup. Moving our way to the back, the design language continues out through the back. You have the upward flick, as I mentioned, on this piece. Again, very similar to the TechArt portion, but the TechArt just comes prepped for paint. Nothing is carbon fiber. This one from 9 Design is all carbon fiber. So the flick comes up, and then the diffuser comes all the way around. You have some trapezoidal, rectangular looking tips. I failed in geometry a couple times, so you guys will tell me in the comment section what shape that actually is. It may be a rhombus or something like that. But you've got the 9 Design tips, and this car is equipped with the IP exhaust. So when you actually turn on all of these cars, this one with a different exhaust, this one with the IP, and the Brabus that I'll get to, they all sound very, very good. Much better than the factory version. Everybody knows that a 911 Turbo S, the weak point is going to be the flat 6 engine because they have to deal with emissions and things like that. But when you have the aftermarket world, you could put a better flowing exhaust system, and it opens up that flat 6 exhaust note very, very well. But I digress. Want to keep moving our way to this side of the car so that we could show you the wheels, which I'm trying to remember if we've done a video with these wheels. They might have done a video on our Ultimate with these wheels, but this is one of Anarchy's very new wheel designs. Right here, it's a 3-piece wheel. This is called the S3X0. So the 3 in that designation means that it's a 3-piece. They also offer a 2-piece, which would naturally be called the S2X0. And they also offer the 1-piece, which is the most lightweight version, which is the X1X0. The 3-piece is always going to be visually the best looking, in my opinion, because you have all of the depth. You have the spokes that don't touch the outer lip, but rather float right above it. So it looks really, really good, and it gives you the most concavity, or the illusion of concavity, because these are going to be actually almost as concave and just about the same concavity as a 2-piece or a 1-piece version. But of course, with a 3-piece, since it's made of the multiple pieces of the wheel, you can do different colors. So right here we have the brush clear. Out here we have the polished clear, so you can see 2 different silvers on that. Size-wise, all of these cars, actually these 2 cars have the same size. It's a 22 by 12.5 in the rear. I actually think we pushed the limit a little bit on this when we own the car, so that might be a 22 by 13, but they use the same tire, 335, 25, 22. That car has a smaller diameter setup because he wanted to have the ability to either use Michelin Pilot Sport 4S or the Pilot Sport Cup 2s. That has Anarchy S3X3s, which is also a 3-piece wheel, and it's got chalk painted, color matched outer lips. So the center face is powder coated in satin black with that paint chalk to match the rest of the car. And I gotta mention the Bordeaux interior, that red interior is absolutely phenomenal on that car. Going back to this one has a very unique cream interior, but corduroy also on the inserts. So that's the reason why we got this car. We like to do quirky stuff and see and pick out some options that aren't really chosen that much. So we saw this car, how it was spec'd. Luckily, I have the key in my pocket so you guys can see what those seats actually look like. And of course, the convertible. So on a hot scorcher of a day like in Miami right now, when I'm in shirts and a very thin Anarchy t-shirt, I am still sweating bullets. But without further ado, I've been alluding to this car the entire video. What I really want to show you guys is this white 992 Turbo S with the Brabus kit. Now, this is the very first Brabus equipped 911 Turbo S in North America with what we're calling now the soft kit. The reason I have to say the soft kit is because there's not an official name for this kit, but just a week before we filmed this video, Brabus unleashed a wide body kit where you have to actually send your 992 Turbo S to Germany and get the wide body kit done. So that's a kit that costs upwards of $150,000. This soft kit does not. It's not a new bumper or anything like that. The soft kit just has elements that are transposed onto the body, and I'll get into that right now. Right off the bat, you have the Brabus front spoiler lip, and you also have what they call the front bumper fascia attachments, which are going to be this piece right here. So on this car, all of the pieces that I'm describing are individually priced. You can purchase them by their own, but when you have the complete package, that's essentially what makes the car. All of a sudden, you can say that you have a TechArt 911 Turbo S or a 9 Design Turbo S or a Brabus 911 Turbo S. You can't really do that if you have one piece here or there. So there is a painted element right here on the outer edge. We painted that in gloss black because the entire car has a gloss black with white theme. And then the rest, of course, is that exposed carbon fiber. It's finished in gloss, which is absolutely phenomenal. You can actually order it in the matte carbon as well if you have matte carbon on your car already. Moving down the side skirt, the majority of the side skirt is painted, again, in gloss black, but you can do this in perhaps in the body color, which we might recommend to a couple of customers down the road just to get a different look. And at the very, very end of it, you have the Brabus flick, as I like to call them, with the logo on it. So that's a polarizing piece, I would say. Whenever we build a car like this, I poll some of my colleagues, the techs, Marvin behind the camera, and this one we've gotten a mixed reaction of how they look like that, but I personally love the entire Brabus kit, and that continues onward on the rear side. Probably my favorite, and you'll see why as Marvin moves over here. So right here, we have the full rear diffuser. You have the Brabus exhaust tips and a Brabus muffler. So on this car, we did some IPE downpipes, a little bit better flowing than the factory downpipes, and we paired it with the Brabus exhaust muffler. It is valved. It comes with these tips, which I believe possibly could come from Akrapovic. The reason I say that is because Akrapovic has been building tips like these a lot, and it looks very similar to it. So I wouldn't be surprised for Brabus to call up Acra, tap into some of their knowledge and things like that, and commission them to do the exhaust tips for this. So rear diffuser, Marvin was following me to the shoot location. He commented that the tips look phenomenal. I mean, it's got these ridges all on the inside. I'm not gonna touch it or I'll burn my finger off, but it's such a cool piece. And the Brabus exhaust is the only exhaust system that will work with this rear diffuser. So it's kind of, you gotta buy one to get the other. It will not work with another exhaust system, and that's just because it has, again, painted components right here, and the design language just wouldn't allow a different exhaust system to be worked with the diffuser. Same concept with this. It has a sport design wing, so we weren't able to use the Brabus wing, which would be basically a top shelf carbon fiber blade. But we do have this amazing Brabus piece right here that has the Brabus lettering. So they told us that it comes in white with the white surround. And then I just burned myself. Burned myself on my leg. But Brabus told us this comes in white. It arrived in red. And then they said, well, actually, the white lettering is only for cars that are sent over to Germany for them to do it. So I sent the photo and a video to my customer, and he said, actually, it looks so much better in the red, because when the car starts up, this brake light, which now codes across the entire 992 body, turns up red. You have the third brake light in red, so all of it works together. I think that if this ended up coming in white, it would be too much black and white on the backside here. Moving on to the wheels, we have Anarchy S111 SCs. So this is actually a really good comparison that I did not even think about on the drive over here until I just saw these two side by side in my view. This is essentially the Anarchy version of the S3X0. This is the S111 SC, as I mentioned. It's a two-piece wheel, so it looks like a three-piece, but this is Anarchy's two-piece wheel technology where it's just one singular forged monoblock rim, and then you have the face bolted onto it. It doesn't use any silicone at all, so you don't have terrible experiences with silicone leaking air over a long period of time. From a finish standpoint, this has a frozen polished gold for the center and mirror polished gold for the outer lip. This customer actually lives in Jamaica and he's done a lot of cars with me already. This car stays at his brother's house here in Florida. It was a couple of hours away, so I cannot wait for him to fly over from Jamaica, see the car in person, because I've already sent him a lot of videos and things like that, and he already absolutely loves it. He loves the gold wheels. I am with him. The only change I would have made is I would have probably liked to have seen a polished clear lip, but when you see this car at nighttime, you see a white and black silhouette, and then you see the gold wheels popping, it is the chef's kiss. You don't get that same sort of reaction with this car, because from this car at nighttime you see the guards red from afar right away, and the silver wheels kind of just blend in with the overall ethos of that car. But this one, when you see it from the front, you see it from the back, you're like, wow, and then you see it from the side with the gold wheels, and then that's when it hits you right in the face. It's pretty polarizing, I would say. So the most polarizing portion of this car is going to be the wheels. On that car, it's probably going to be the body kit, since it tends to be a little bit more aggressive. And then there's nothing wrong with that chalk car. That one, I can't find anything wrong with it. It sounds great. It's faster than both of these cars because we've done a twin turbo upgrade on that. Various stages of tuning, a stage 4 I think it is. So that car is an absolute rocket, close to 1,000 horsepower. These just have the stage 2 tune, so a higher flow exhaust system and a stage 2 tune, which gives it about 150 extra horsepower over what these cars come with right out of the box. So I want to hear your comments. I want you guys to tell me, which one do you like the best? Do you like the TechArt equipped gray coupe? I was trying to think to myself, what is another way that I can say this, but or do you like the 9 design guards red convertible, or do you like the Brabus equipped 911 Turbo S coupe? Let us know what you think in the comment section. Make sure you do comment, otherwise we will not know which one you like better. Then whichever one you like better, let us know what piece of the kit you like the best and which one you don't like the best. So that way we kind of poll our viewers, poll of our customers and future customers that see these videos, and know what to recommend to future customers if they're not sure about doing an entire kit. From my personal opinion, I think that I like all of them. How about that? I'm gonna do the political answer and say I like all of them. But if I had to pick a car color, I would definitely do the guards red, and I would do a coupe. I'm more of a coupe guy than a convertible. From a wheel selection though, no doubt about it, I prefer these Anarchy S3X0s. I think they are the bee's knees. I love the color combination of it. So, and I love this hood also. This actually might be my pick out of all of them, believe it or not. And that's a little bit biased because we owned that car before. But as I mentioned, leave us a comment for sure. Even if you don't like the video, just leave us a comment. I'd love to hear from you guys. I'm always there looking at the comments, chatting. Let us know what other ones you want to see. We'll try and get a car sent to Germany through boat or air and do the wide body kit, but that's going to take a long time because that kit's so expensive. But make sure you call us if you want to get some pricing on the Brabus kit, the 9 design kit, or the TechArt kit. I should also note, TechArt essentially specializes in Porsche, so they offer something for almost every single Porsche model. 9 design is the umbrella for 1016, as I mentioned. So 9 design also offers carbon aero for other cars. We actually just had a Miami Blue 991 GT3 RS dropped off at the shop to get some 9 design stuff. But 1016 in general does stuff for Lamborghinis and Audis and things like that. And Brabus, the Mercedes Kings, are now recently getting into more stuff like Porsche products. They just released Rolls-Royce, which we also do that. Make sure you go to our website as well, and Land Rover. So I'm sure they're ticking off some guys like TechArt and StarTech as well that specialize in Land Rover. But I digress. This video has gone long enough. Hopefully you guys watched it from beginning to end. Let me know if you have any questions at all. Email me, david@wheelsboutique.com. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, Wheelsboutique, or david.wheelsboutique. And hope you guys enjoyed the video. Smash that like button. See you. I'm gonna go get some lemonade right now.
One time.